here, Front Row Promotions. How y'all doing tonight? Tonight in the house, I have Mark Gable. Mark, how are you? How you doing?
Well. I'm well, Lisa. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Long time no see.
It's been 1 year almost exactly.
Wow. And we know we had to do this interview again. And, I just couldn't wait to see you. And we got another one planned with you in person. So I just like to keep pulling you back in, pull you back into Front Row.
I couldn't love it more. You've always been the biggest supporter. And I said this to a lot of people, and I'll go back and I will reiterate it right off the bat. You and I met pre-pandemic, all right? You had came out and seen the Gable band, and it's a cover band, and you were always really so supportive. But then the pandemic hit, and you came up to me and you heard one of my originals, and you were like, why the hell aren't you on 97 Underground? And I said, 97 Underground's dead, man. They died back in the 90s. You're like, no, they're back. They're a .com.
Exactly.
And you need to talk to Tom, please. And you need to send your originals. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have 8 top 10 hits on 97 Underground. So you will always be like so special to me because you sent me to 97 at the right time.
Oh.
And, here we are all these years later doing yet another interview, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. And cheers. Yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, darling.
Yeah. So I can still remember the first time I met you. We were standing there. And, Colin, I was with Colin and he was like, look at him, he looks pretty cool. I said, yeah. And so we, of course we introduced ourselves and he looks like a rock star. We thought you were like, out in California rock star, like Bret Michaels.
Well, I try to pretend to be that guy. And
there you go.
Here, the truth of the matter is that then not to, quote or steal from Ted Nugent, but I am a weekend warrior.
There you go.
I got to pay bills. I've got rent, and I'm a bartender Monday through Friday. But come Friday nights, and thank God for Friday nights, which is one of the songs off Brown Paper Bag, I get to turn into a rock star, and I get to do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I get to push these songs and just be the guy that I wanted to be, but, still got to pay the bills. So in reality, I'm just a bartender at Red Lobster, but here I am on my off time from my real job.
There you go. There you go. Tori, you want to slide in and say hello? Nope. Okay. She's not camera ready.
I love Tori. Hi, baby.
She said hi.
Tori filmed our interview last year, even though she won't get on camera right now. She was our camera girl last year and was amazing. Beautiful, lovely, wonderful young woman. So love you, Tori. Mwah.
Oh, she went next door, but I'll send her your love. But yeah, she had a ball. Mark said he sends his love to you. She said, Yandu, that's her new, like giving her expression back.
Yeah. We get kids. They're like, just fuck off. We don't want to talk to you. I got to go.
No, but the Yandu is a good thing. That's her highlight. But she had an amazing fun time when she was doing that. She says, I'd like to do that again. So definitely.
We're going to real soon, right?
That's absolutely right. That's right. We'll have that schedule. And then we'll do this all over again. We'll have some more fun.
Well, listen, before we jump into me, I got to jump into you and got to say, man, I've seen you interview some cats from What Was It Quite Right? Eric Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, you've jumped up a little bit here, sweetheart. Good for you.
Every Mother's Nightmare, Rick Rule.
Oh, Every Mother Nightmare. Amazing, dude. Is it your persistence of doing this, or did you, how did you, oh, look, I'm flipping the switch. I'm the interviewee now.
That's
How did
fine. Interview
you
me.
get into finding some of these bigger bands? I'm curious.
Well, I just always wanted to do something like this. And then for the longest time, I couldn't go out. So I figured I want to learn, I want to do this. And then I met Kandi. And I wanted to say also, I miss Kandi tonight. She won't be with us tonight. Candy's not feeling too well. So please send your love to Kandi. Kandi kisses to you. And so yeah, I met Kandi through Jay, the Metal Summit.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I, we're talking, and I said, because she does her own show. She does Handful of Candy. It's a radio show. She does.
I know that show. I didn't realize. I didn't put two and two together. Yeah,
that's her. That's her show. Awesome. And I said, I had her. I interviewed her on my show, and then I got to thinking, we need to collaborate. We need to do something. And so we made her part of the team, and here we are. It's mine and hers, and here we are with Front Row Promotions. So I had a ball. We were down in Nashville, and we just kicked it off, man. We just had a wonderful time. Eddie Ojeda, Twisted Sister.
I saw that interview. Yes. Yes. Twisted Sister. Come on. I mean, geez,
I know.
Mary and Joseph. That was like the quintessential band in 82, 83. I mean, come on.
Super cool. Super cool. And do you know who Craig Gass is?
I know the name, but my memory is fried, so I don't put one and one together yet.
Yeah. He's a comedian. He's so fun. You have to watch.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it.
Yep. Yeah. So he's really cool. So yeah, and then we saw Eric Martin in concert, and he signed my arm. I was so happy. I don't know have you seen this one yet, Mark? I got a tattoo.
Not
Front Row Promotions,
baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I have to get the red highlighted more because it just kind of blended in with my darker skin. So I need to make it pop a little bit better, but I had to get that on my skin.
You got that beautiful Mediterranean skin, and colors go and they go. So you got to find the right tat artist, and that will pop.
Just to go bang. Yeah.
Well, hey, I just want to say congratulations. What you and Kandi are doing, I mean, seriously, it's upper echelon stuff. And from where you started when I met you to where you are right now doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much.
You jumped a whole nother level. Good for you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just love music. My passion and my heart is just, I love the music, and I just want to give back to, I want everyone to see what I see, the talent. And if I can have you on the show, if I can have you on the show playing your music, if I can play your video, I want the world to see what I see.
Well, we appreciate your love for it, because for musicians like me and so many of us, we're unsigned artists, we're local artists. We put all the heart and the soul and the passion into doing what we're doing. And 90% of the time it goes unseen because we're unsigned. And to have somebody like you, much less 97 Underground, I will say, I'm shouting out to Charles Parker right now. Charles Parker's Rock School.
Yes, absolutely.
Underground. Charles Parker was the first guy to break me on the show, and it was during the pandemic. And I'll never forget, Charles is very political. He's very opinionated. All right. We all love Charles. Some people hate Charles, but I personally love Charles. But he's very opinionated, and he's very political, and he's very, I'll just stop there. But
Okay.
I was watching one of his shows during the pandemic, and he had a pretty much I hate Larry Hogan section of his show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I thought Larry was doing as good as he could, but Charles vehemently disagreed with me. But I sent Charles, and this is how naive I am. I thought that shit was live, Friday afternoon. I didn't know that he recorded that shit on Monday, and it aired on Friday. So I found him on Facebook and I sent him the message, and I just sent him one of my songs called Kiss My Ass.
Oh, I like that
And
song. Yeah.
I said, hey, Charles, here's a good song to throw to Larry. And I had met Charles one time, and it's a funny story because he was doing an acoustic gig at 510 Johnny's in Bel Air, Maryland.
Oh yeah.
And we were bringing in our equipment to a big show, a full band show. And my guitar player likes to bring, I don't know, 5 different guitars. He wants one for every tuning. He wants one in case he breaks a string. But he looks like Yngwie Malmsteen or, whatever. He's just got this plethora of guitars behind him. And I remember Charles finishing his acoustic act and watching us bring all these guitars in. And he actually said on the microphone as he was walking off, he's like, I don't know what fucking band needs this many guitars, but they better be real damn good. And I didn't know Charles at the time, so I was like, is this guy a dick or not? Like, I don't really know. Like, is he being a dick? I didn't really know. And then I met Charles, and within 5 minutes, I realized his humor, and it was his humor.
That's just the way he jokes.
Yeah. Stupidly enough, my guitar player didn't utilize 4 of those guitars, much less all, So Charles was actually completely right. There was no point in bringing all those guitars, but Charles and I, we really connected right after that, and then he put "Kiss My Ass" on the station, and him and I connected right after that, and he has been supporting me. I actually wrote his theme song for his show, School of Rock, Rock School. Rock School. I wrote his theme song. So every Friday at 2:00, when you tune in, you'll hear Rock School's in session. That's me writing Charles's song.
Oh, that's cool.
That guy means that much to me. I'm very like when somebody helps me out, it means the world to me, and I help them out. And it's just like you, sweetie, with you getting me on 97, Charles pushing me on 97, then Tom Police the Phantom picking me up and getting me in normal rotation. Like, I feel like I'm family on 97, and it all started because of you. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like the first time I saw you, the one time, not the first time, but the first time I saw you come out into the crowd. I think that's what I meant to say.
I remember your video.
Yep. You were there at Sylvester's.
Yep.
And you had that guitar and you come out, and I was in awe the way you played that guitar. I'm like, what the wow. And I was just recording everything. I got close to the guitar, close to you, and all the shit, all the shapes of it, everything. It was so cool. And then while you were at 510 Johnny's, I noticed you play the drums, you play the keys, you sing, you play guitar, you do it all. You're so very talented, and I'm taken. I'm just so amazed by you.
Oh, well, I do, honestly appreciate that, but that just was because of the mother of necessity. 30 years ago, I went into a studio and had booked $500 worth of time, and bass player was a no-show. Drummer came 2 hours too late, and I wasted a lot of money, and I was like, that's never going to happen again. And at that point in time, I played guitar. I didn't even really want to be a singer. I just wanted to be Randy Rhoads. I was always about guitar, guitar, guitar. And my dad was a singer in a band, and pretty much every band that I've ever been in, we couldn't find a competent singer. We could find an okay singer, but nobody that was really like, oh, this is the singer for the band. And it was like 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever it be, into every project, they were like, well, Mark can sing. His dad was a singer. And I'm like, what? I can't. Just because my dad sang doesn't mean I can sing. And they're like, yeah, you can. We've heard you. And it just became one of those processes where I wanted to be Randy Rhoads. And then I realized where my real talent was going to lie was being, in my vocal heroes are definitely growing up was Rob Halford.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Judas Priest fan. But who's got that vocal? Nobody. Right. So at that point, it was like, well, really, who is Mark Gable as a singer? And it was kind of Paul Rogers from Bad Company meets Leonard Skinner meets a little bit of Robert Plant, but I can't sing Robert Plant for shit. So I hate to even, throw that one in there. But Sammy Hagar.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I heard Sammy, man, Sammy was the voice that I was like, oh, well, I knew that. I knew that. Till I heard 5150, and then I was like, well, I can't do that at all. But, Sammy really was the between Paul Rogers, the Bad Company, and Sammy Hagar, that was the genesis and then really the idea of my voice. And I can mimic a bunch of people, and I can do a lot of cool backups, and I can do a lot of, falsettos and whatnot. But when you just my actual voice, I mean, it's all about Paul Rogers and Sammy Hagar, and more Sammy Hagar than Paul Rogers, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But I love your sound. Like the last thing I posted for promotion for you, I can't remember the song. I can't remember the name of the song, but
Don't Give It Away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It just, I'm like, oh, I think I was done at Route 66.
That was off the Buttered Toast album. My first very, real professional album. And thank you for doing the interview for that album last year.
You're welcome.
That album was very, very special to me because I grew up in the 70s and I wanted a 70s album. I wanted to sound like Bad Company meets Leonard Skinner meets Montrose meets, I just wanted the world to hear an album, modern sounding, modern production that was, really, really completely influenced off of those 3 or 4 bands. And I know Rival Sons, oh God, it's my favorite band of right now. They sound like that. And you got Greta Van Fleet doing it, and they sound amazing.
Yes.
But those are really the only 2 bands pushing that sound of music. And that's why Buttered Toast was very important to me, and I wanted to put that album out.
I love
But
every song of that album. That's perfect. Yes.
I appreciate that, but I knew it was going to go nowhere because it wasn't the right time frame for it. But it was important for me to that be my first album because that was my first love of music, and that's why the new album, Brown Paper Bag, sounds nothing like Buttered Toast. It's much more of a Buck Cherry meets Aerosmith meets Guns N' Roses. I don't want to say it's 80s because it's not, but it's late 70s meets 80s meets early 90s. So it was very important for me to not repeat myself on the first album with the second album. And that's why I Buttered Toast had to happen because it was a labor of love to me. But Brown Paper Bag is the album that I wrote that I knew I wanted. It was me. Let's just put it that way. It was more me than Buttered Toast.
Okay.
And I just really wanted that vibe. I don't want to sound like the 70s. I don't want to sound like the 80s. And I don't want to sound like the 90s. And I don't think anything does. Doesn't
Right.
sound like Buck Cherry, but it's got a Buck Cherry vibe. It doesn't sound like Guns N' Roses, but it got a Guns N' Roses vibe.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was more important to have the vibe than anything else.
Right. Right. To have that feel. Like you put this and that in the jar, shake it up, and then let it explode, and that's what you got.
Exactly.
So would you want to talk about the song that's on 97 Underground at the moment?
Oh, the one at the moment is Foot in the Door.
Foot in the
And
Door.
Foot in the Door was quintessentially Aerosmith meets Guns N' Roses.
All right. You want to would you mind if I play the sound? Everybody can hear what it sounds like?
Let's
I
do
know
that right now.
yeah, I know it's not a video, but at least they'll be able to hear what it sounds like. So all right, let me play that. Foot in the Door, Gable. All right, here it comes. Of course, there's a commercial. 2, 3. All right, Foot in the Door. Can you hear it? Absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's a fun song. I mean, it's just a rock and roll song, and that was the whole concept of Brown Paper Bag: is not being too serious, not being too just a fun rock and roll album. I mean, when's the last time a fun rock and roll album's been out? Everybody's got an agenda. Everybody's got something to say. Hey, what about just putting out fun rock and roll? A Buck Cherry's about the only band doing it. And you know, the last time I saw Guns N' Roses do it, it was Appetite for Destruction, and that was a great album.
Yeah.
And you know, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic, and it's essentially the whole vibe behind the album.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love this sound. Now, the name of the brown paper bag. If you can tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's just a joke. It was kind of like we talked about buttered toast last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I struggle and struggle and struggle, and I never know what to call the damn album. You know, I have all these great titles, but I just never know what to call the album. And you know, we talked about it last year. My wife was like, "You like buttered toast? It's National Buttered Toast Day coming up like next week. Why don't you just call it buttered toast?"
I
And
love it.
it was
That's
a funny
perfect.
joke between me and my wife, and people really did. You loved it. So many people loved it. So many people didn't get it, and that's okay because they still looked at that album cover with a piece of buttered toast, and they were like, "What the fuck is this?" And they listened to it.
That's good. And it makes them think like buttered toast. Like,
Right.
and it got their
What the hell is
attention,
this?
didn't it? Yeah. So we have a Facebook user. It doesn't show me who says it. I don't know why it's supposed to. But anyway, they say, how many songs are you doing from the brown paper bag at the Gable shows?
0 right now. 0.
Okay.
And there's a reason for that. The Gable band, the live band, and it is called the Gable band for a reason, is because it's
Gable.
me and my brother, Chris Gable, which you're very familiar with, Miss Lisa.
Yes.
And we started a band that it's a cover band. And I'm sorry, but in this day and age, unless you're signed to a label or an indie label or you're doing something more grandiose, playing your originals, and everybody goes to the bathroom or the bar and orders a shot, and they don't know the song, so they don't care. So I really have not pushed the original music live. So there is the Gable band, and then there's Gable, which is the original material that I push out on the internet.
Okay.
However, the Gable band is in flux. All right. I lost my lead guitar player, Peyton Mullins, back in January, but I have a new guitar player named Walt Micros. And Walt is a machine. I mean, he is an absolute just heart and soul. Where Peyton was a sorcerer and he was so technical, he was so good.
Yeah.
Walt's the exact opposite. He can do the technical stuff, but essentially he's got heart and feel, and he plays like I do. Because on the albums, I play all the material.
Okay.
So it was hard for me to find a guitar player that was willing to either A, dumb down, which would be Peyton dumbing down to play my stuff, or finding a guy that really played like me and had the passion and the heart and the soul and the technicality to do the riffs, but not go overboard. Well, Walt Micros, man, this is the guy. He is so amazing. I now have a partner in crime. So, and I'm going to be honest with you, Walt's only been in the band for 6 weeks, I think, 6 weeks at best. And we didn't even talk about originals till 2 weeks ago. and he heard The Weekend, which was the first hit off of this album 3 months ago. And he said, why the frick are we not doing this song right now? And I explained to him, oh, people don't like to hear the shit live. And he was like, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. You play this song live, people will love it. And I said, you know what? That's exactly what I needed to hear in my life, is somebody that wants to push this and wants to get out and do it with me live. So The Weekend is now a part of our set list. Foot in the Door will be within the next 6 weeks, but we're in a flux right now because Peyton's going out, Walt's coming in, and we are losing. And I hate to announce this live, but I will right now because it is the truth. Steve Vinoy is leaving the Gable band. My right hand man. I know. It hurts my soul, but Steve is he's partnered up with another band. I want to say the name of them is WKFA. But I'm not sure that that's exactly right. But I know they're a big band. They're a Starly band playing big shows.
Is it FKNA?
What is it?
Is it FKNA?
That is exactly what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
They're a big band. They're a good band, and good for Steve to get into that band. I'm excited for him to move on and do something big, and he'll always be a part of the band. He'll
absolutely.
We don't do these bad breakups like all the big bands do. We're all family, and I'll support your band. You'll support mine, and we move forward that way. We always have, and that is the way it goes down with the Gable projects.
Absolutely.
Whether it be original or rather be the covers. So Stephen always moving on to greener pastures, but he's definitely still playing the next 3, 4, 5 shows. So Steve will be around. We're going to send him off. We're going to send Peyton off on a big show. So we're going to do a big show to send the new guys off, and I'll announce it when it's time. But
I want to be there. Let me know
and
in advance.
You gotta be there. Yes. But in the interim, it gives me time to get a new bass player in that wants to work on the originals. So back to the original question. Yes, I can see for sure about 5 songs from Buttered Toast and Brown Paper Bag being a part of the new set list. I would definitely say Don't Give It Away.
That's my song.
Yeah, that was your favorite. I knew you loved that one.
Yes, I do. I love all of them, but that's the one that when I first heard it, bam.
Dude, Tom, please pick that up and made it a part of a national campaign commercial for 97. Not just, on the radio, but a national campaign commercial from an unsigned artist. Cool. I have Tom Police is the nicest guy in the world and has supported me and backed me more than anything. The Phantom and Tom Police, 97 Underground, I can't give enough love.
Yes, I know. I see you're on there all the time and on the charts, and it comes up, and I keep checking, and I'm like, there we go. There's my Gable boy. There he is. He's doing it.
Trying.
Yes. So we have some things on the board here. I don't know who say it. It doesn't tell me. Hi, Lisa and Mark. And then, sorry I can't be there. That's my Kandi girl. Here she is.
Kandi.
Mwah. We miss you. We love you. Mwah. And then
I'll get you on the next interview, Kandi. I can't wait to meet you. I've seen your interviews. You're a sweetheart. Can't wait to meet you.
She definitely you're coming back here again. And someone said, have a great show. And then we have another watcher that says, great job, Mark. Love your music.
Well, I can just say thank you. I do this because I love writing original music. It's lovely and it's rewarding being in a cover band because it does pay the bills. Let's be honest with you. I mean, if you're in an original band, you're playing in front of like 25 people unless you're known. You're playing in a cover band, playing big shows, you're playing in front of 1,000 people. And that's amazing. But I will say this. They're both equally as rewarding.
Yes.
I love playing in front of 1,000 people because I'm a musician. Of course, I want to play in front of 1,000 music, but playing in front of 25 people, doing my own material, seeing them groove, drive, seeing them love the music, that's just as good.
Yes.
But it's the scales of justice there, and right now it makes more sense to pay the bills and do the cover thing. But I am definitely working on a live version of Gable, which will be a completely different band, honestly. It really will. It won't feature anybody from the Gable band as it's currently known. It'll be its own thing, and it'll just be 45 minutes of music opening up for a good Child's Play, Kicks, whoever will let me open up for you.
That would be a cool, yes, a cool deal there. Yes. So someone wants to know, where can we buy your CDs?
Oh, there's no CDs. Who owns CD players anymore? Nobody owns CD players. There's
I
no
do.
physical copies.
I still own the tape player and I have a phonographic stereo. I will not outgrow the 80s.
Listen,
See?
in a perfect world, I'd love to have cassettes, CDs, and vinyls printed on all of these albums. But
vinyls are coming back. Vinyls are back.
Vinyls are back, but they're so expensive to make.
They are. Oh,
I mean, it's ludicrous. This is, look, fans, friends, and everybody. Here's the bottom line. You can buy it streaming. You can get it live and free on Facebook. But if you want a physical copy, I am going to set up a page to where you can pre-order, and you can decide what you want to pre-order: cassette, CD, or vinyl. And when we have enough people that say, hey, here's my pre-order, then we'll print them. But right now, the truth is, I printed up 100 copies of Buttered Toast and couldn't give them away. Nobody wanted physical copies.
I do.
They bought them online.
Me.
Right. So we've got to get more folks like you interested, talking about the album and pre-ordering it. And when I say pre-ordering, you don't have to send money. You just have to pre-order it so that I know you want it. I'll print it. I'll make it. I'll spend the money knowing that you're going to buy it.
I will buy it. I will buy it because I believe in you and I love you and your music.
Well, and I love that. In our age bracket, we want physical copies. I want it. I don't even want a CD anymore. I want a vinyl. Yeah, for me, I want the 12 by 12 vinyl. I want to pull out the album cover and read the lyrics. And, I'm old school.
I am too. Yeah. I love that stuff.
But if I gotta settle for a freaking CD, I'll do that. But my CD will be a jewel case, and you'll still pull out and read the lyrics. And, so I'll spend the extra money to make it, old school, awesome, real CD. But
Yes.
I need to know that the folks out there want to have it. You know, right now I can't give away.
Can't give it away.
Can't give it away.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Mark? You can always post everything, anything you need on my page. You post it on there. You know, hey, put it on there. You know, you have it. We can do a thing where you want to say like a questionnaire, like how many people would buy this album, how many people would be, you know, here, listen to a free sample, and da 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 do. We'll work it. I'll work with you with that.
Well, I get a lot of people that actually buy it on the streaming. Look, let's be honest. You can get it right now on Apple, iTunes, Deezer, YouTube. The list goes on. You want to buy it digitally? It's out there. You can buy it, but you can also get it free on YouTube, on Deezer, or so. And I don't really care about making money on this album. I've never cared about the money on the album. What I care about is getting the album out and having people listen to it.
Yeah.
So if people want physical copies that go into their, library and their, what they own, I'm more than happy to do it. But I can't do it unless I have enough people to say, hey, I want to do it.
Yes. Yes. So we'll take that poll, we'll put that on there, and then we'll see, and we'll just tally it up, and then we'll work it. There you go.
I'll start it. You finish it, and we'll figure it out. Right
there. You go. You got it. Ding, 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 ding. Well, there's a way.
Where are we going next? Where are we going next, Lisa? I love you.
I love you too, Mark. Good. I love the stuff you have. You have good stuff to talk about. Wonderful music. You're just awesome in every aspect of the way.
It's just so fun to talk to you. You're such a fan of music.
I am. It's my passion, my heart.
And
I just love it.
For people like me, like literally, you came to me, you thought I was a freaking rock star, and I'm literally a bartender. For me to be doing this with you, this makes me feel like a rock star. So cheers.
Cheers.
Between you and 97 Underground.
Cheers.
I actually get to feel like a rock star for a minute.
97 Underground, Tom.
Tom Police, man. That guy, he's a saint.
Oh, and he's a really cool guy, and he helps you, and I'm just so glad when I saw you, and I'm like, you got to be on 97 Underground. And a lot of people thought, does she work for 97 Underground? I'm like, no. Of course I always wanted to, but they just didn't have anything open for me for promotions or anything like that. But I just still always just promote it. I just promote everywhere for everything. And
I do too. I'm not part of it. What I swear to God, my biggest thing is if I could get a show on 97 Underground. Like Charles has got the Rock School. Ron Manos got Muay Thai Metal. I want a show on freaking 97 Underground. That would be so fun. And
that would be really
cool. Highlight local music. And honestly, for me, it'd be the 70s shit that I think that 97 does kind of miss. Because they definitely have the hair metal, they have the metal. But for me, it'd be like, the Bad Companies and the
Southern stuff.
Yeah, and definitely the Southern stuff, man. I would love to have a show on 97, and maybe me and Tom Police will talk about that sooner than later. But
that would be awesome.
Definitely be something I'd love to do.
That would be cool. So you need to get in Tom's ear and say, hey, I have an idea. And whammo. And then you never know. It might could happen.
We'll see.
So there's a question from Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
Is it Teresa Palm?
Yep, it's Teresa Palm, Teresa
I
Lynn. She
love
goes,
you.
yes. So she says, please let me know when the last show for Peyton and Steve is. I want to come. I miss you guys. I've been so happy routing tours. I haven't been out much lately. Yeah, so she wants to make sure she's there as well.
I'm trying to set that up. And what I was really trying to do is the May 6th show at the Tower.
Okay.
But honestly, I haven't been able to get in touch with Peyton. Peyton's a really special talent, but he's also terrible at calling me or texting me. So, Peyton and I just haven't caught up. We talked about when it was ending because he kind of just let us know that, hey, I'm getting out of the band, but I'll give you 6-8 months. And then I literally found Walt Micros a week later, and I was like, well, and he fell in within 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, well, I don't need you to fill in on all these shows you think, but for me, the Gable Band is family. It's not just a band. It is very family oriented. I mean, I love every single player. I can go back to Chris Keefe from the first band, Blaine Peterson, the first, Stephen Rowdy Fowdy and I played together since I was 15 years old. That was the first incarnation. Then the second incarnation was Dustin Warwick. Dustin Warwick not only played amazing keyboards, but was just a phenomenal bass player. So when I tell you this band has just gone through so many, stages, I just can't impress upon you how many it is. But the last one with Peyton Mullins and Stephen Oy, that was kind of the quintessential version of this decade of Gable. And I don't want it to not happen without a big finale.
Yeah.
But it's been really hard because I've had to bring new people in and I've had to keep the band going. Right. So it's like, when can I find this perfect date where I can get Peyton and Steve and the new guys all to get together in one room at one time? So I'm hoping it's May 6th, but honestly, I think it's going to be June. My hope is May 6th, but I think it's going to be June. Probably at the Landing in Edgewood, right on the water, on the beach.
Now that would be
pretty groovy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be the one. That would be the one.
Honestly, right now, I'm just saying that's probably the last gig for this version of the band. But I can't confirm it until I talk to everybody. And it's just hard to talk to everybody on a regular basis. I really wanted it to be May 6th, but because I love the Tower. Look, the Main Street Tower has been the biggest supporter of the Gable Band since 2003.
Oh, that's so sweet.
They were the first venue to book my band. And we were huge. We packed the place. It was amazing. Things went up, things went down. We won't, call anybody or throw anybody under the bus, but we ended up not playing there for about 5 years, but
Oh
we're
no.
back. Well, let's just say 510 Johnny's. I won't say anything else, but because of 510 Johnny's, we didn't play the Tower for a while, and now we're back at the Tower, and I just love the Tower. And Aaron Berg is the manager. He's the guy booking the bands, and he was literally a busboy the first time I played in that place, and now he's the general manager. So I'm very excited to be back in the Tower, and just doing great shows in my backyard. That is literally 4 minutes away from my house.
That is super cool. Just 1, 2, 3. Roll it in, roll it out.
Exactly.
Very, very cool. So someone said that they said, "Thank you, Mark. Ed wants one." I'm taking that was about the CD. And someone said, "Me too." Okay. And then I have someone thanking me. Thank you, Lisa Melchert. You're welcome. And then I have someone saying, "Hi, Lisa." All right. Hello. Awesome. So, what did I want to ask you? Oh, to the fun part of the show, which we normally have asked like silly questions. And Kandi, if you're watching, here it comes.
All right. So Kandi is getting her silly questions in, even though she's not here. So, all right.
She's still part of us. Okay, so Pepsi or Coke? If you had to choose one, what would you choose? Pepsi or Coke?
I don't drink soda, so Corona.
Okay. All right, but if you had to, which one would you
Mountain
choose?
Dew. Mountain Dew. Whatever's Mountain Dew. That's Pepsi, I think. Maybe. Yeah.
Yay,
That's the
it's
only
me.
soda that I actually drink. So Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. I think that's Pepsi. So I'm a Pepsi drinker and Kandi's the Coke drinker. Yay.
You lose, Kandi.
She lost this one. I barely win. Mostly everybody goes for the Coke, and I'm like, everywhere you go, it's Coke. And then finally, when they say, "Is Pepsi okay?" Hell yeah!
I'm a server and a bartender, and they come in, and I go, "What can I get you to drink?" And they say Coke, and I say Pepsi, and they literally get mad at me.
Yeah,
I didn't choose what's going on here, okay? I didn't. It's not my fault. We have Pepsi. I can't give you anything else. But yes. All right. Next question.
Next question. Okay. I'm going to give you Kandi's question first. If you were on a deserted island and you could only have 5 things with you, what would those 5 things be?
5 hookers.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Did I say that? No, I'm sorry.
You did.
No, I meant 5. No, I'm just. No, never mind. I agree with my philosophy. Moving on. What's the next question?
Okay. So my question is, if you were in a hot tub time machine, where are you going?
1968.
Wow, that's the year my brother was born. Why you say 1968?
It's about 1 year before Woodstock. It's got the whole Doors. It's the era of music that I love the most. The Doors, late Beatles. There was no rules. There was just creativity. And if I could stop in 1968 and live my life from there for
That would
it'd be
be
1968.
that would be where you would go. Yes.
And I really want to be friends with Jim Morrison because that motherfucker was awesome.
Super cool. Absolutely. You got it. Yep. Okay. I'm taking it. This may be your wife. Love you, babe. Thank you, Lisa. You're welcome. And then Amy says hello.
Hello,
And then,
Amy.
mhm.
Thank you for chiming in.
And then someone said, hell yeah. That was probably about the Pepsi.
No, it's about Mountain Dew.
Pepsi.
Not Pepsi, Mountain Dew, all right?
Pepsi. Okay. Oh my goodness, Mark. You're so fun.
John Adams, if you're chiming in right now, this is your whole spot. You are a Mountain Dew guy, all right? So we are doing a whole section about you right now. Actually, if I can give just 2 minutes, not even 1 minute. I'm actually recording John Adams's new album. All right. And if you're not familiar with John Adams, he was the lead singer of Vicious Wishes.
Oh, okay.
Big band in the late 80s, early 90s. I was actually a member of Vicious Wishes. Denny Grace was a member of Vicious Wishes. Jeff Kripal was so many of us have been a member of Vicious Wishes. John Adams, he's like one of those unsung heroes that you don't know about. And he's been very quiet because he doesn't play in a lot of live bands, but he's written some premier songs. And I actually am engineering, producing, recording, and putting out his next album, which should be out by year's end. And it is phenomenal. If you love Bryan Adams, Bon Jovi, that kind of material, I guarantee you're going to love this album. And we've been working very hard over the last 6 months. John Adams' new album, I am, again, just produced. This is John Adams' album. He wrote it, he produced. But I'm just an engineer here, actually flexing my other muscles of not just being a performer, but
the behind the
album
scenes
is amazing.
Awesome.
And he's got a 4-song EP that I think 4 hits are coming out somehow. It's that good. So kudos to John Adams.
Awesome.
That album will be coming out before the year's end. I don't know what it's called. We haven't talked about it yet. But John Adams is coming out with a brand new album.
Cannot wait to see it. Cannot wait or hear it. Someone says, can't wait to see Mark on the April 14th. So where will you be at April 14th?
Oh, the 14th. We are opening up. The Gable Band is opening up for the quintessential Doors tribute band. And when I tell you, this kid pulls off his best Jim Morrison. Not sure his name. I wish I had it in front of me, but wow. Stranger Things, they're so freaking good.
What's the band called?
Stranger Things.
That's the band's name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I have to double check it. Nobody told me to look at that, but
wait a minute.
Pretty sure it's Stranger Things.
Wait a minute, here it is. Strange Souls.
See, don't ever listen to me.
You had portion of it right. That's okay, Mark. We'll let you slide this time.
Look, I live in my own bubble. It's hard for me to get in everybody else's bubble.
There you go.
if somebody gave me a cheat sheet right now to actually do this, I'd have that down perfectly. But
You're
is
on the
what it
fly.
is.
You're on the fly.
Yeah, I'm on the fly here. I know it was strange something,
Something
but
strange about this.
strange souls.
Yeah.
Dude, no, and I'm not pretending here by any means. These guys are amazing. That the guy that does Jim, oh my God, he's so good.
Can't relate.
And I always wanted to be in a Doors cover band because Jim is like my hero from music. And I watched him and I was like, nope, he's got it. I don't need to be in a Doors cover. This kid
Oh,
has got it, man. He
there
is
you
that
go.
good. And we're playing the Opera House in Havre Grace this Friday. Tickets are not sold out, but they're close. So anybody that wants to buy some tickets, you got to get them now, because there probably won't be any left at the door. But you want to see us opening up for the quintessential Doors tribute album? This is it, man. It is it.
Ed and Carmen got front row seats to the April 14th show.
Nice.
The only way to see a show is in the front row.
That's what
Front
I'm
row
saying. That's
promotions.
amazing.
Yes. Front row. It just has a better sound to it, right? Right?
Well, it's going to be a good show. We have a solid hour of amazing music between me and my brother Crispy. And just so you know, Crispy has now got his own band. So it's not just the Gable band anymore. And you'll love this name, right? So
Okay.
we all grew up with Spinal Tap, right?
Right.
Turn it up to 11. His band is called Vinyl Tap.
Get out.
I love it. Don't you love it?
I love it. That's perfect.
So, and their band is amazing, man. They're doing all the 70s and 80s rock that, you'd want to hear. And Chris has really grown into his own vocal. He's got Walt Micros. He's got Steve Bellows. And my original drummer from when I was 15 years old, he's got my original drummer, Stephen Rowdy Fowdy, playing drums. So when I tell you this band is good, I would not lie to you. I promise you. I would not
believe you.
suggest this band if they weren't that good. So go see Vinyl Tap.
Awesome. I sure will. I sure will. So, Mark, what's next for you? What's coming up?
Well, me and you're familiar with Denny Grace from Thrill Ride, right?
Yes.
All right. So me and Denny Grace are not only doing some live Gable footage, which he's not in the Gable band, but I needed a guitar player that was on the upper echelon, and Denny is one of the greatest guitar players that I've ever played with. And Denny Grace is going to do a couple acoustic shows. One of them will be on the Muay Thai metal show on 97 Underground.
There you go.
We're going to be live in the studio on the Muay Thai metal
show.
Yeah, man. Ron Mano and B Slade. So that'll happen at the end of this month. It'll be Denny. It's acoustic gig, but it's going to be Denny on acoustic. It's going to be Stephen Rowdy Fowdy from the Vinyl Tap, my oldest drummer, playing percussion. He'll be doing some congas, bongas, whatever. And then my newest guitar player, Walt Micros, will be doing my lines, basically everything that I played on the album. I don't like to play and sing anymore, and I know that makes me sound like a lazy old man, but when it comes to live music, I'd just rather it be good. So I'd much rather have a cat like Walt come in, play my lines, make them his lines, and I can just go sing. And I think that's what's coming up for the new, you know, live stuff for Gable. As far as the live band, obviously we're losing Steve. We have to find a bass player, so we're gonna take the bigger and better shows. I've got cats like Rich Cressberry Jr. that can fill in on bass. Got guys like John Adams that can fill on bass. So till we find a new bass player, we're just gonna do some filling guys for a little while and it'll be fine. And we'll just do the bigger shows. But you know, going forward from here, the live band will just be the live band. It's still just a cover band. I have already finished the third Gable album minus one song that I have already written. I am recording as we speak. So that album is done. Could come out as early as August, but I'm going to be honest with you, probably be October.
Okay.
Then, in the same token, Denny Grace and I have been writers together for years. We've had multiple albums that we could have released, but we decided not to. He put out Lift Me Up on his album. I put Lift Me Up on my own album. I think you'll see a Gable and Grace album. And I think that's what we've decided to call the project, Gable and Grace, because
I like it.
why
Yeah.
not? It's got a good vibe, right? It's good. So Denny and I will have something probably coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, Denny was a part of Sinful Way. And Sinful Way just released this past Friday their newest EP called Evolution, which is a two-parter. All right, so it's Evolution Revolution. So it's an EP called Evolution, and Revolution will probably be out by latter of the year or this time next year. So, you know, it's kind of the old school Turbo type feel where it's supposed to be two albums as one. This is two albums that's going to be one. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff original coming out. Definitely Gable's got a whole new album aside from Brown Paper Bag. And, you know, I'm always pushing the Gable stuff because, you know, that's me.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest with you, I'm just in love with the Gable and Grace stuff. It's all over. It could go from country to southern rock to hard rock to metal, and then Sinful Way is the exact same thing, man. You just never know what you're gonna get out of this band. So there's a lot of original material coming out over the next I want to say 2 years.
Awesome. So you've been pretty busy. You're constantly writing, you're working, you're doing all of this, and you have behind the scenes stuff going on. You're amazing, Mark. What can I say? I mean, absolutely amazing. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Look, again, and you were one of the people that spurred me onto this, but you know, push out the material. I'm not going to say how old I am because I'm not doing that.
You don't have to. You don't
But
have
I'm
to.
definitely no spring chicken, and I definitely want to get this material. I thought brown paper, I'm sorry, butter toast, I thought was going to be a failure. It became um, 3 singles on 97 and
See?
hundreds and thousands of views on Facebook.
Absolutely.
That spurred me to definitely want to put out Brown Paper Bag, which was the album that I've always wanted to do. Brown Paper, this current album is the album. Like when I started writing and I wanted to put out music, this is the album that I always want to do. It's a rock and roll album. It's hard rock. It's fun. It's not Southern. It's not too light. It's not too heavy. It's just a rock and roll album. So when I tell you that Brown Paper Bag is the album that I've always wanted to put out, here it is. It's out. It's available.
This is the one.
YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. You can get it anywhere. You can get it free. You can buy it. But just listen to it.
Absolutely. I will. I have listened to most of the songs. I love The Weeknd. I love all the songs. And I think The Weeknd captures me. That has my heart. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny. My newest guitar player, Mr. Walt Micros, that was the one. He was like, "This is the freaking song," and I was like, "All right, cool, man. All right, we're sold. I got it. Right." And then I went on the Muay Thai Metal Show,
Yeah.
pushing foot in the door because that's the newest, single. Thank you, Tom, please, for picking up another single. But
There you go.
the Muay Thai Metal Show flat out said, and the super hit Grandioso The Weeknd. And I'm like, all right, so everybody loves The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd is a hit. Yeah.
That's apparently the song that's going into the live set, and we'll be playing that live.
So what's the next place where you're going to be? So when we can hear that, where are you going to be next?
Honestly, because of the flux of the band, I can't answer that for you. I can tell you that you can always chime in to 97 Underground, and I will be recording and releasing albums, and I will tell you exactly where you can get them on Spotify, Apple Tunes, blah, blah, blah. But as far as live right now, we're at a bit of a flux. I have to find somebody to replace Stephen Oy.
That's right.
And that is so hard to replace because I'm sorry, Stephen Oy. Again, we've been playing together since I was 15 years old. He is a solid, great bass player, but his vocals are so hard to replace. So I'll just say, hey, right now, any bass player in the Harford County, Baltimore County, Cecil County area that is a good bass player and has good solid bass vocals, contact me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or also, I'll make a post on Front Row Promotions, and then we'll put it out there and see what we can get. See if anybody has any we have any luck to get you a new bass player that sings.
I got plenty of people that are interested. I'm just looking for the right guy
the one that fits. Yeah, gotta have a right fit.
Got a lot of guys that'll fill in and help me out. So we'll get through this year, but I'm looking for the right guy for the Gable band, and we'll find him when we get there.
Yeah, you'll know it when you hear it. Yes,
exactly.
You'll know it. Yeah, you'll go, okay, that one sounds okay. Wait a minute, that one. Yeah.
No point in rushing it. We'll find the right guy. But as far as the original tunes, you can always find it. YouTube, and I push it every day, specifically when we're on 97, but you can always find it on my personal YouTube page for free. Yeah, you don't have to buy it. You can listen to it for free. Go to YouTube, look up Mark Gable. Buttered toast is there. Brown paper bags there. There's a demo of my first album called "Kiss My Ass."
I love that one. I just love it.
And listen, it's a demo. The songs don't sound that great, but they're good songs.
I love
and
it.
The album cover looks great. That girl, I don't know who her ass is, but it's a good ass. All right.
There you go. So, Mark, I have a question. I know we're getting close to closing time. But what's your advice if someone come to you? What advice would you give someone that are just starting out in the business? What would you say? What would you tell them?
That's such a tough question. At my age, it's such a tough question because the business is so different from where I started. When I was a kid, and you made mixtapes, and you kind of like Metallica, and you just handed out tapes, and you handed out flyers, and it's just not a thing anymore. You do the exact same thing on social media. Yeah. So what I would say is this: spread your music to as many genres and as many different people as you can, because the one thing that I do notice that is different from now to when I was a kid, it doesn't matter if you're a rock band, if you're a rap artist, if you're a hip hop band or a death metal band, if you hand your stuff out to enough people, you never know who's going to like what. I know a lot of R&B people that like death metal. I know a lot of rap artists that like rock and roll. You don't know who's going to pick up, play, and share your song. So share it. Put it out there. Put it out to everybody. In my generation, you were pigeonholed. You're not anymore. So please share it to everybody. And the more collaboration you can do, the better. You can get a rap artist doing something on your rock song. You can get an R&B artist doing something on your metal song. The more you can collaborate, the better. And I think that's where music is going in the future. Nobody's going to be pigeonholed into one thing.
Right.
Throw it all against the wall and see what sticks.
So, I like that.
Yeah. See what sticks.
That's it.
You never
Put
know.
It all in a jar, put the lid on it, shake it up, and bing.
That's exactly it, baby.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I've done everything from country, R&B, rap. Well, not rap, but rap rock. Right. Like the Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit cut thing. I've never done full rap, but I've got death metal songs, and I've got and I jump over all of everything because I'm a lover of music. And when you're a lover of music, you can jump into everybody's sandbox.
Yes.
And then you see what works and you can see what not.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my final. Just don't hesitate.
Yes.
Feel free.
You got it. That's good. That's good. I like that answer. Just I would say follow your heart, follow your passion, jump in and explore all possibilities. Yeah.
Explore everything. Don't be held back. Don't.
Excuse me 1 minute.
Is that the president?
Yeah, that's the president. Here she comes. It's the daughter. What's going on? Hang on. She wants to be on. Yes, darling.
Hi, Tori.
Yep. Say hi to Mark. We're still here. we're wrapping it up, but yeah, we're just about done. Okay. All right, sweetie. Well, wait, turn the thing around. Oh, you want to see him? Say hi to everybody.
Love you, Pumpkin.
My eye mask thing's on. That's okay. It's Hello Kitty. I told her, I said, she's so beautiful. If she fall in a bucket of poop, she'd still be pretty.
I love your hair. I love that little thing on the top, man. That's like I Dream of Jeannie. You don't know who that is, but I do.
Yes. You know I Dream of Jeannie, don't you? I don't know. She doesn't know. I'll have to show her.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Lisa, getting off here lastly, I do want to say, just not pushing or promoting, but aside from the Gable thing, man, Simple Way just dropped their new album, and it's called Evolution.
Evolution, Revolution? And
it's going to be Evolution, Revolution. It's 2 EPs. It's going to be Evolution and then Revolution. Okay. And then they want to release it as one full album called Evolution, Revolution. But I'm going to be honest with you. The new album is amazing. Now, I didn't write a lot on this album. I think I only wrote one song. These are their songs.
Okay.
That they wanted to try to preserve from 30 years ago. And I definitely want to make this a point. They did a live interview on 97 Underground when they were still FM.
Oh, okay.
They went into the studio. So when I tell you I am a part of actual rock royalty, Simple Way was in the actual studio of, 97 Underground. And I got in this band because Jeff Krapel and Jeff Finner are my dearest friends. And they had gotten away from this band for almost 25 years. But then they went back and they were looking at some of the old songs and they were like, whoa, we'd love to do these. But the old singer, and I don't know their names. I want to say one was Sig and one was Kenny. Just throwing that out there. If I messed that up, sorry, Simple Way ex-singers, but, whatever. They were like, we want you to do this. But, we want you to do it like you. So, they got to save some of their old songs from 30 years ago plus.
Oh, okay.
With a new singer. And Denny Grace from Thrill Ride. I keep coming back to Denny Grace, but Denny Grace from Thrill Ride became the other guitar player. Now, unfortunately, Denny was very busy with his Thrill Ride project. So, Evolution, Denny didn't get a chance to play on.
Okay.
And our original drummer, Matt Smith, moved on to do a new project. So, we have Matt Smith on one song. We have Sylvia on another song. And we have Alex on another song or two. So we literally have 3 drummers on this, but this band is an online project. The guitar player is in California. The bass player is in West Virginia. One of the drummers is in Brazil. The other one, I couldn't tell you. So, this is only an online project, but when I tell you, I'm very proud of Evolution. I want everybody to check out the new single, We Are the Knights. And we just had a new one on the Muay Thai metal song called Panic.
Okay.
And I think Charles Parker is picking up the other one called Sucker Punch. So This album is getting a little love. So aside from the Gable Project and Brown Pepper Bag, definitely check out Simple Way,
Absolutely.
Evolution,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got 5 really, really, really good songs.
Absolutely. I will check Simple Way out. Feel free to post anything on Front Row Promotions, and we will definitely put them out there, as well as Mark Gable.
Lisa, I
Thank you
love
so
you.
much.
I'm
I love
so
you.
sorry I miss Kandi. Maybe the next time she'll be a part of it. Can't wait to
Yes.
meet her. She
Yes.
seems like a sweetheart.
She sure is. You will love her.
Can't wait. But you and me and Tori, we're going to do another interview on this here in the next couple months.
You got it.
I'm looking forward to it. And
Absolutely.
just thank you for your love, your support. Know that the Gable Band Live is out there.
Yes.
Gable music, my music is coming out, monthly. And the new album will be out before the end of the year. We got New Simple Way, Thrill Ride, Denny Grace, Thrill Ride. You've got to check that out.
Yes, they're great as also, yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And aside from that, sweetheart, thank you for having me.
You're welcome so much. Now, where can people find you?
All of the normal sites, man. iTunes, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Obviously, there's 2 of me on Facebook. There's the Gable Band, which is the cover band, and then I am Mark Gable. So you want to look me up. My name is MarkGable.
There
You'll
you go.
get all of my stuff and all of my links to everything. So Mark Gable on Facebook. I have a Twitter. I'm terrible with all of those. So one will link to the other.
To the other one. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And Mark, thank you so much for coming to Front Row Promotions. And you're always welcome to come back again and again. And looking forward to the next interview.
Love you, baby.
Love you too.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.
Be safe, Mark. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming to Front Row Promotions. Thank you for supporting live local music in the making, and music everywhere. This is Lisa from Front Row Promotions signing off. All right. Bye now.